Round 9 of the FIM World Motocross Championship MX2 class got underway here. Uddevalla in Sweden under a beautiful sunny sky. Disaster on the opening lap for the current championship leader. That was Antonio Cairoli. He went down and had to pour his way through the pack to try and catch up the riders at the front. Christophe Pourcel had also had a bad weekend. He'd crashed in the qualifying heat and had to do his qualifying through LCQ. Meanwhile, it was the Sicilian assassin that decided it was time to get back to the front, passing the young Portuguese rider, Rui Gonçalves, number 10. Young Tommy Searle on the 101 Red Bull Kawasaki had decided it was his time to get past Kenneth Gunderson on the Yamaha to take the lead. That's exactly where young Tommy Searle stayed right until the end of the race. He would take race 1 win, the 25 points, here in Sweden. Cairoli would come home second. MX1, race 1, it was Kenny Dycker on pole up the inside. The young lanky Belgium on the CAS Honda was looking for a good result here on this Swedish circuit of Uddevalla. The battles were on. Josh Coppins, the championship leader with the red plate, having to contend with number 11, Steve Ramone on the Suzuki. But the battle was on right down through the field, as this time it was Philip Arts, number 19, who got to grips with the Kawasaki rider, the Scot. Billy McKenzie, cheered on by his team. Philip Arts and McKenzie went at this corner to corner to corner, but it will be Philip Arts that would come out on top eventually. But it was the young Belgian, Kenny Dycker, taking his first Grand Prix of the season with great delight, with a knick-knack before the finishing line. That just showed some confidence that he had. Could the CS Honda man bring it home in the same place in race 2 to take the over result, first time in his career? MX2 race 2 got off the line. Once again, Cairoli looking for a good start, hoping to stay out of trouble this time, and that's exactly what he did. It was a Cairoli that led, but it was number 34, the young Scot, Sean Simpson, in 6th place, that was having a remarkable ride, challenging the current champion 377, Christophe Pourcel, who was having a terrible time of it. Matti Sistola, the young Finn, having a good ride here in front of basically his home crowd. Tom Church, TC from Molson Kawasaki, getting it all wrong coming down the hill. He would eventually pull out of the race when he couldn't get the bike restarted. Cairoli, meanwhile, was out front, and had decided the best way to win this race and stand on the top step of the podium would be for the front. It was a tough one for Rui Gonçalves, the Portuguese rider. The bike just stopped, and he would be off the podium. Markus Schiffer, the young German, the third man on the podium. In MX1 race 2, again all eyes were on that number 9 bike of the Belgium on the CS Honda, Kenny Dycker. Carnage on the first corner, but none of the top runners were caught up in that. Kevin Strybus, number 2, had not the best of first races, challenging Mike Brown, the American, the whole shot specialist. Once again, the Italian, Philip Arts, on the Red Bull KTM number 19, was showing good form on this tough, demanding circuit. But it was a problem for Seb Pourcel. His bike had decided to go into flames. Wouldn't finish the race. Meanwhile, Kenny Dycker, out on his own in the lead, had been passed at this stage by the number 11 machine of Steve Ramone. Ramone looking for the second step of the podium. It would be Dycker on the top step, Ramone on the second step. He was here, back on fire.